and Kobe both years. Hard to make the playoffs in that situation.
And guys, for the Lakers, you'd have to go back almost 40 years to find a time when the Lakers missed the postseason in back-to-back years. Fortunately for them, they won 2 titles in the next 6 years after that. Solid work on the back end of that play.
Yeah, finished hard with 2 hands on the stuff.
Yeah, nothing extravagant, guys, but again, no need on that one.
Camby kicks it over to Nash. Hardaway with the steal. Chicago leading by 23.
And it's doubtful that the Lakers will win multiple titles in the coming years unless something drastic happens. Still, this is a franchise committed to success, and they'll do whatever it takes to get back into the postseason.
And for Andre Iguodala, last year was a first in 758 games. Up until then, he had not once ever come off the bench.
Yeah, he'd been a starter throughout his 10-year career, every single game, Kevin. Then last year he came off the bench in every game. Big adjustment for the veteran, but he made it well.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Bulls.
You're right, Steve. It was a standout performance across the board. They were just, at times, it seemed toying with it.
Yeah, like watching a cat play with a mouse, Kevin, quite honestly. They were able to do more or less, whatever they wanted to do.
And during the long NBA season, each contest important here tonight. Tonight's win will give them 4 on the season.
And when you play a team twice like these two will this season, always nice to win the first one as they'll go up 1-0 in the season series against the Lakers.
No surprise here, just a big-time performance for Andre Iguodala. And the way he was able to dice up their D with his passing really made things easy for everyone else on his team.
And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
Clearly a foul.
Yeah, he took a shot there, earned those free throws.
And getting back to Iguodala last season, not only did he come off the bench for the first time ever, but he really thrived in doing so. Playing the fewest minutes per game of his career, he was able to avoid some of the nagging injuries that had plagued him in the past. And so he could stick around to help the Warriors assemble that franchise record of 67 wins last season.
And slam dunk by Henson.
Well, guys, they came in here and really took charge from the opening tip. This is such a tough thing to do for a visiting team. This contest was played on their turn.
And, you know, that's not the way it usually works in the NBA.
the place they call the United Center in Chicago, the home of the Bulls, where today we'll be broadcasting live. So for the Lakers, their last game, a loss to Milwaukee at the BMO Harris Bradley Center. Took him no time at all on that one. Dawkins has got the first points up on the board here for the Bulls.
I tell you what, he has quite the act to follow, but Fred Hoiberg was a quick choice for the brass in Chicago. Signed that 5-year deal over the summer, was easily one of the most in-demand coaches available.
Now a chance, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. The starting 5 on the floor. Taking a look at Los Angeles. They've got Kobe. ABC is out there with Dennis Rodman. Then it's Nash. And it's McGrady in at the shooting guard.
Explosive leaping ability.
Oh, that was pretty. And he just has that, Clark, that effortless knack for getting inside.
And guys, how about how fearsome he is at times? I mean, you'd hate to be the guy tasked with guarding him.
6 on the shot clock. And it's going to be a 3-second call. Well, Greg, for Hoiberg, it's his first job as an NBA head coach. Now, we know he played. He's been a part of an NBA front office. Clark, he came from Iowa State, where he honed his coaching skills and was highly respected.
Yeah, very much respected, particularly as an offensive coach. And we know the Bulls are pretty solid defensively, and he'll be looking to ramp up that offensive approach for that team, and I think he will.
Assistant, Kobe Bryant.
That pass into the paint, that is a work of art there, dead on target. And that's how you want to use your fouls, not allowing him to get to the rim.
Yeah, I agree. That's a good play. I mean, you stop the sure thing, slam dunk with that foul. And I think you send a bit of a message, too, about your physicality and force in the basket area.
Big part of the problem for the Lakers last year was consistency. Clark, with all their injuries, they had to shuffle the lineup, it seemed, every game.
Well, you know what happened with all that shuffling was they got to see a lot of different players and evaluate them for the future. I think it helped in regards to what they're going to do this offseason.
It's deflected. Here's Leonard. And they're going to count the bucket and send him to the line. It could be a three-point play.
Don't take your eyes off of him because he can make plays from multiple spots on the floor. Put the isolated cam on it.
And for the Lakers, obviously the big get for them was landing the #2 overall pick in the draft. Getting a quality big to add to a roster with Kobe is huge. It made them a player, again, I believe, in free agency.
Kobe kicks to Camby. And he jams it after taking the nice feed on the run.
Yeah, I love the communication and the chemistry between those teammates.
Here's Leonard. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
That is some real serious dime dropping there. Exquisite assist. And, you know, when it comes to the Lakers, they're always going to be players in free agency if they have money. It's still a marquee franchise in the NBA, one of the top 2 or 3, no doubt. When you have high draft picks and money to spend, people want to play for you, and not to mention California is an attractive destination.
And pushing it up, here's Los Angeles. And Bryant slams it in.
Great anticipation and awareness to come up with the steal and trigger the fast break.
And now just a one-possession game thanks to that quick hitter. Outstanding play in the open court.
And that one's good. McGrady.
The shooting percentage is really solid so far, fellas. Good start to this game for him.
Back to Leonard. It's stolen by McGrady. Here's Rodman. And it's thrown down hard with both hands.
That is up-tempo basketball at its best. So much easier to operate in the open court when a steal triggers the break.
And really, basketball is about rhythm, and that allows your offense to flow better. Now let's see if they can build on it and keep this lead.
Nash dishes to McGrady. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot two. They get Andre Iguodala. For a franchise that had so much success under his tenure, there was sure a lot of friction with Tom Thibodeau, and the Bulls front office surprised a lot of people, including yourself.
Yeah, you know, it's not something that you see often, a winning coach at odds with his GM and president. With how often their differences came up, though, you knew something was afoot.
Rodman. And it's Chicago with the rebound.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on it.
Lillard, the pass to Rose. Here's Leonard. Yes, and it's Rose with the assist that time. That's 7 points for Kawhi Leonard.
And with Thibs, he did end up getting fired from the Bulls this past season. Some saw it coming, but still, I think surprising given the level of success he had. His imprint is all over this Bulls team and the way they approach the game.
Here's Rose. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot two.
And when you look at how Thibs got fired, I mean, there are a lot of reasons why a coach can be let go. I mean, he didn't have any performance issues, but apparently clashed in some form or fashion with the front office. Sometimes that's all it takes to be asked to go somewhere else.
Here's what the Lakers are going with right now. Grant, he's checked in for Rodman. Andrew Wiggins comes in for McGrady. And Jones subbed in for Steve Nash.
That's a heads-up play there on offense. The pump fake cleared the way for the nice layup.
Another shot. And it's laid in by Whiteside.
Now that's how you pick up second chance points. Stay active and be ready as soon as the shot goes up.
Leonard kicks to Gortat from down low. Some solid defense from Grant. And it's Wiggins missing. Chicago leading. Leonard kicks to Gortat. And stolen by Wiggins. Dives for it.
They've been beating them to a lot of those loose balls and rebounds here to start.
Yeah, the half-and-half balls are going their way, and that's really a function of effort and intensity. You know, the ball doesn't discriminate. Whoever goes and gets it, that's who owns it.
And here is Los Angeles now after the Bulls pick up two.
I tell you what, folks, I bet he won't miss that shot next time he takes it.
And it's slammed in by Whiteside.
And I like how he puts himself in position there to finish on the break.
Yeah, you know, that's what we call seeing and feeling the game. Excellent read of how that play was going to develop and where the ball was going. That's stuff that you oftentimes can't teach, Greg.
And so the first quarter is in the books. It's Chicago. They finish off the first quarter with a big 11-3 run. And we'll be back with you for the start of the second quarter when we return. And now the second quarter just getting set to start. And a look at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for Chicago.
Guys, right from the start, it's been apparent they're determined to establish a presence in the paint.
The other thing they've had going for them tonight is their passing. I mean, doing a nice job. Plenty of their points early on coming off assists.
Rose is out there with Levine. And it's Dawkins. Then there's Gerald Green. And it's Gortat in at the 5. That's the Bulls 5 as we get into the second quarter.
And how about a little bit of showmanship there as he increases the lead?
Oh, I like that. That's got to be, though, a tough pill for the defense to swallow.
Well, he's a guy that you know can hurt you with his passing. And right there, he does some damage with his finishing, too.
And for Gerald Green, another productive year last season coming off the bench. Though it was a smaller role, a small step back from the season before when he started over half the games for the Suns.
Well, there was a log jam in Phoenix at the wing position last season. He certainly matured, though, as he never complained about not starting, just went out and did his job.
Outside, Rodman. Over to the left wing. Count that one. The Bulls' lead has been cut to just 3 points on the basket from...
Tell you what, he's going to put that one in his scrapbook. Absolutely insane with that dunk.
Well, now they're starting to rub it in, aren't they? Have build up a lead, and here we go, folks. It's showtime.
That was a Kodak moment right there. The more plays they make like that, the more they'll have these guys on the ropes.
Here's Bryant. That drops. Kobe's got his second bucket of the night.
Really aggressive play there, taking it to the rack against the big fella.
You know, Greg, aggressiveness is really the only option when you're on the wrong side of the size equation.
And the first time out of the game called for Chicago.
And guys, the Lakers last season were just a completely different team after Kobe's injury. Not so much in results, but just in how they played on the floor. They actually fared better without Kobe than most thought they would.
So Chicago going with an almost entirely new group here. Henson's checked in for Gortat. Iguodala comes in for Green. Hardaway's checked in for Levine. And Damian Lillard is subbed in for Rose. And Los Angeles making a change here as well. McGrady's checked in. 2 minutes now played in the second quarter. And for the Lakers, without Kobe last season, it was really a stark difference in styles of play and quality. No single person. Clark stepped in to carry their offense. It took a group effort.
Well, you know, it was almost April, Kevin, before somebody surpassed Kobe in field goal attempts on the team. It'll be interesting to see how they build the offense this year.
Here's Kobe. It's in. That's his third field goal of the game. He's 3 for 5.
A defensive breakdown there, no doubt about it. I mean, he's a guy you have to be focused on defensively.
And Hardaway gets it to go.
Well, I'd have to say Lillard is one of the game's best passers right now.
Hardaway with the steal. And he lobs it up toward the rim. And Andre Iguodala with the slam.
And the lead just grows on that ridiculous offensive sequence.
You know, Clark, that dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop.
Yeah, that just added more to it.
And you know, guys, right now, they're starting to flatline, just hanging on here for dear life. And now he's taken a solid opening in the quarter and built on it here in the second.
Passes to Bryant. Iguodala with the steal. Dawkins the pass to Iguodala. And that one's good. Iguodala's got 4 this quarter.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
10 straight points off assists. That's very impressive. And it also makes the game easy and fun to watch.
So timeout called here. The first for Los Angeles. And for Andre Iguodala, last year was a first in 758 games. Up until then, he had not once ever come off the bench.
Yeah, he had been a starter throughout his 10-year career, every single game, Kevin. And last year he came off the bench in every game. Big adjustment for the veteran, but he made it well.
Whiteside's checked in for the Bulls. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. Nash dishes to Kobe. Lillard against Nash. And the shot is good. Nash has got 5 points so far.
And getting back to Iguodala last season, not only did he come off the bench for the first time ever, but he really thrived in doing so. Playing the fewest minutes per game of his career, he was able to avoid some of the nagging injuries that had plagued him in the past. And so he could stick around to help the Warriors assemble that franchise record of 67 wins last season.
And the layup's good off the glass. He's got 8.
Hard to get that one off with the size difference there. That makes it a tough individual matchup for him, especially down low.
Well, took on the big guys going in there and challenging them like he did. But, boy, that was a nice job. You know, for Iguodala at this point in his career, it's just about winning. He's had a couple of large contracts. He's made multiple All-Star teams. But now it's about rings for him. And he got one.
And the whistle blow is going to be on Andre Iguodala. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Another foul would give him 3 before the half. Something to keep an eye on, guys.
Catching up on the changes for Los Angeles. Emeka Okafor, he's checked in for ABC. Wallace comes in for Dennis Rodman. And Jones subbed in for Nash. Some changes for Chicago. Dawkins checked in for Henson. And it's Kawhi Leonard in for Lillard. Horace Grant, he's checked in for the Lakers. Andrew Wiggins comes in for McGrady. Just 4 to shoot. Here's Jones. And the Lakers with another miss. Last game for the Bulls, it was a loss to the Cavaliers in Cleveland.
You know, just a little too fancy on that play.
Well, you don't want to force any play, but particularly the alley-oop. You'd like to try that when it's wide open.
And the jam by Andre Iguodala.
Incredible timing on the alley-oop.
He absolutely hammered it down.
And guys, mark that play right there, because that could be the one that leads to a surge to break this thing wide open.
Jones kicks to Okafor. That's tipped. It's taken away by Wallace. Down low. Some nice passing here by Los Angeles. And it's out of bounds. And they say it was last touched by Leonard.
And really no choice but to lunge for that pass to make sure it didn't get through.
Yeah, and that was important. Probably would have been a quick 2 points if he doesn't get a hand on it and knock it out of bounds.
Jones, the pass to Okafor. Here's Wallace. Drains it from beyond the arc. And out of bounds as Los Angeles gains possession.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
So Chicago ends up going with the new group. Wiggins drives in. And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
How about that fantastic finish and the aggressive move, too, Kev?
Trying to send a message, Clark, with that slam, I think.
And I'm not sure if it was text or email, but he definitely threw that one down.
And Gerald Green picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
I mean, I like the call. I thought the defense was just there a little late.
Yeah, it looked like it. I mean, he kind of slid underneath as he got to the spot, too.
Jones kicks to Grant. Wiggins against Green. Wiggins dishes to Okafor. And they force the shot clock violation. Great team.
Chicago.
11 seconds left in the first half of basketball. On the wing, Green. On its way from Rose for 2. Here's Gortat. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. It's on Emeka Okafor.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
Old school D right there, just telling them no easy layups. It's as simple as that. And that's what you expect from them.
Deep 2 from Bibby. And that's not going to go.
Okay, fans, now coming on the court.
And now the start of the second half. Neither side jumping out ahead through the first 2 quarters. Andre Iguodala with a strong contribution so far in this one.
Yeah, he's played just a smart game overall offensively, looking for and finding the gaps in the defense, and also terrific shot selection.
Greg, that's exactly what we're talking about when we talk about being efficient as an offensive player, fully on display there with him.
Well, both sides have assessed what they need to do over the break in halftime. We'll see now if one can pull out a way here in the third.
Iguodala was playing great. 10 points and a steal. You talk about being on, he's been it. Not even one missed shot so far.
This is superhuman stuff we're seeing today, guys.
And on the floor for Byron Scott as we get into the second half. Bryant is up there with Dennis Rodman. Then it's Nash. And it's ABC. And it's McGrady in at the 2 spot.
And injuries once again were a central theme of the Bulls season last year. Losing Rose was one thing, but then having Jimmy Butler lose a lot of time put them in such a tough spot.
He is an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
You know, he picks the simple one-handed stuff to get the 2 points.
Yeah, and in a close game, though, guys, those could be really important points.
And here's Bryant for 3. It falls for his 5th field goal of the night. Now shooting 5 for 8. To the paint. Tries to keep it alive. And now the fast break. Nash with the ball. And Kobe throws it down.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
That's exactly the way to do it too, Kevin. Go hard to the bucket and don't let them set up the defense.
Last game for Chicago, it was a loss. Goes straight through the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul. He'll go to the line. They get Andre Iguodala.
I tell you what, he can do a lot more damage to that rim than that when he wants to.
And you know, Clark, with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one.
Me too.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm glad he didn't, because otherwise we'd probably have a 45-minute delay here if he shattered the backboard. Yeah, nothing wrong with fighting for the rebound, but he gets nailed with the over-the-back call.
And, Greg, you know I was an offensive rebounder in my day, and I like that kind of aggressive play. But he's got to do a little better job of trying to get position earlier in that case.
That's a good point. Positioning is so vital when you're trying to rebound the basketball, and that's something that wasn't on display on that possession.
Timeout called the Lakers.
Yeah, maybe a change of the game plan right now, looking at some different sets because of the matchups.
Yeah, I agree with you, because they're looking to tweak things to maybe get those matchups working in their favor.
Rose, he's checked in for Andre Iguodala. Lakers leading by 8. Rodman passes to Campbell. To the middle. Looks for Nash. Gets him now. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good.
And a lot of teams are looking for coaches that embrace analytics and look at data-driven approaches. Coach Scott is not one of those guys. He's an old-school coach who goes with his own perception. And you know what? He's just not on his game, no doubt about it. Their deficit isn't totally on him, but he has not been an asset for his team.
And it's Rose missing.
Well, that's a lot of bricks by them early in the second. Only one make on 5 tries so far in the second half.
And former coach of the year, Byron Scott, now with the Lakers. And as you said, Greg, he's not an analytics guy. Clark, I think he's a guy that the eye test for him is huge.
Yeah, he feels. A lot. Terrific communicator and storyteller. Great experience as a player and as a champion. And I think that all is evident in his coaching style.
Rose against Nash. And Bryant kicks it over to Nash. Clock is at 3. Los Angeles needs to get off a shot here. And that one's good. McGrady.
It seems that every pass they make is leading to a score here. I mean, that's just exquisite ball movement.
And that's because the ball is looking for the best shot, and it's really paid off for them during the run.
A 3-ball. And again, it's the Lakers from deep.
All these open threes they're giving up have really been the driving force of this run.
And the points are starting to add up in a hurry, especially when you're giving up those looks from deep.
Chicago calls timeout.
Well, clearly the Lakers were not a great team. I mean, they did have one of their better bench units last season. They led the league in points off the bench, but that was more an indictment of the quality of the starters than the firepower of the bench.
Jones checked in for the Lakers. Bulls trail by 12. Rose dishes to Leonard. Rose against Camby. Pass to Hardaway. Good ball movement here by the Bulls. Dawkins, good. Last year, the Lakers did have some firepower off the bench. A lot of players would see their roles shift during the year, as you might expect for a team trying to find the right combination.
Yeah, they were also near the top in the league in bench minutes played. So whether you start or come off the bench last year in L.A., you'll see plenty of action.
Rose passes to Leonard. And that one is good with the extra effort on the glass. Leonard's got 9.
And you're going to take as many of those high percentage shots as you can get.
Boy, he threw out some punishment with that two-hand throwdown.
And Clark, now's the time to do it. Continue to attack that rim. Well, you know that Kawhi Leonard has an incredible reach with his arms, but even his hands are just massive, measured at 10 inches long and 11 inches wide. Wow.
Well, to give some perspective on Leonard's hand size that Greg was talking about, Clark, those measurements, 11 by 10, are what you typically would find on 7-footers. Well, this kid's 6'6", 6'7".
Yeah, and I'm 6'9", and I'm about 9 by 7, okay?
Huh.
So that just lets you know.
Wow.
The only other hands comparable to that, Dr. J.
That's huge. A lot of comparisons have been made about Andrew Wiggins. Kobe Bryant, in fact, Clark, went as far as to say that he sees a lot of himself in Wiggins as a player.
Ultimate compliment there. I mean, that's exactly what Kobe Bryant just gave. Wiggins has the chance to reach that level, I think.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
Chicago making a switch here. Lillard's checked in. Wallace kicks to McGrady. Misses the wing J.
Talking about Kobe, seeing Wiggins as a young version of himself. The skill set Wiggins has is eerily similar to that of a young Kobe.
Jones drives in. Here's Okafor. He dishes it to Wallace. There's the 3. That's good. McGrady's got 11 points here in just the second half.
Man, they came out smoking here from beyond.
And Greg, as hot as they are from out there, absolutely no reason at all not to just keep letting them fly.
For me, the one thing that set Kobe apart and made him a champion really was his work ethic. If Wiggins can improve and work like Kobe did, then like Kobe, the sky could be the limit.
Lakers leading by 8. Count that one. McGrady's got 13 points now in the quarter.
As hot as he's been this quarter, the game plan is simple, folks. Get him the ball and get out of the way.
Back to Lillard. Good, and the assist goes to Hardaway.
They're consistently finding ways to get the ball inside and taking full advantage.
Pretty clear, it's smash mouth basketball. Pound that thing inside.
And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Wiggins. Some changes for Chicago. Gortat's checked in for Dawkins. Iguodala comes in for Hassan Whiteside. And it's Oladipo in for Hardaway. And then for Los Angeles, Grant, he's checked in for McGrady. And Bibby subbed in for Jones. Bulls trailed by 8.
A chance here to go 2 for 1.
Boy, they've got to ramp up the speed and make it happen in a hurry.
And you know what? One of the few bright spots in this game for them today. He's kept his edge even though they've been trailing.
4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Oladipo against Wiggins. Gortat with the block. Down low. Oladipo dishes to Iguodala. And he didn't get quite enough under that one. And that's it for the third quarter. Both teams scoring well as we head to the fourth. Lakers lead by 6. And we're coming right back. Be sure to stay with us as we get started for the fourth quarter. We welcome you back to what has been a good one here as we get into the fourth quarter.
This ain't rapping. This is street hop. Now get up on your
Chicago with the ball. We've got John Henson. Green is out there with Damian Lillard. Then there's Iguodala. And it's Gortat in the pivot spot, manning the middle. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago. Henson's shot is off.
That's terrific defense right there to prevent from converting in close. Man, he's got a lot of firepower right now. I mean, what a half he's having.
Bryant gets a wide open look. Good, and the assist goes to Nash. And that's 23 points for Kobe Bryant. And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for the Lakers.
Their high-energy defensive effort has paid off for them, guys, with more than a few steals over the course of the ball game.
Yeah, but also, they haven't missed a beat in terms of their fast break game. That's been equally as effective all night long.
That one's good. The Laker lead is cut down now to just 11 on the bucket from Iguodala. Nash outside. Gortat with the rebound. Gortat's got 4 rebounds in this game. And stolen by Wallace. Left side, Bryant. The shot, no good. Now Chicago takes it the other way. At the conclusion of this game, they're off to Washington, where they'll face the Wizards. That will be a getaway game for them, a 1-game road trip.
Boy, I tell you what, he loves getting looks like that from the three-point line. No one near him. That's a warm-up jumper for him.
Timeout called the Lakers.
And no doubt last season the Bulls were clearly preparing for the playoffs. They played their rookies but added a lot of playoff seasoned veterans to that roster.
Let's go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
Yes, during that break, Coach Byron Scott had some words for his team. He said to them, the lead we've got now is nice, but I want to make it even nicer. This is when we put the hammer down. It doesn't look like he's ready to back off just yet, guys.
Here's what Chicago's going with right now. Whiteside comes in for Gortat. And Levine subbed in for Gerald Green. And the jam by Whiteside.
Well, in the rebounding game, at least, it's been a strong physical performance for them.
Yeah, but they've got to find a way to convert those extra possessions into points if they're going to come back in this one.
Here's Iguodala. It's hauled in by McGrady. Lakers leading by 8. As you mentioned, the Bulls added veteran leaders last season. Pau Gasol was the notable one. 11 Bulls Clark had playoff experience prior to their postseason run the season ago.
And that's invaluable, Kevin, to have that kind of experience. I mean, having Gasol, a 2-time champion in the locker room, big, as is having almost a dozen guys who understand the intensity and the details that playoff basketball requires.
Chicago's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Iguodala, the pass to Henson. He kicks it to Lillard. So it's the Lakers again turning it over. Here's McGrady, and he uses both hands to jam it in.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
That's exactly the way to do it too, Kevin. Go hard to the bucket and don't let them set up the defense.
Nash kicks to McGrady. And it's Chicago with the rebound. Whiteside's got 6 rebounds now in the game. And the jam by Levine.
Well, they left it until the fourth quarter, but finally the run they needed to get back into this one.
I didn't think it was going to happen for them, quite honestly, but they finally turned it on, turned it up a little bit. Now they've got to come up with some stops.
And he gets the bucket. McGrady's got 17 points here in the second half.
And when they've gone to him, he has come through big time. You got to keep getting him touches.
And it's slammed in by Whiteside.
He could have tipped it home, but he wanted to give this crowd something to remember.
Dynamic work right there. Throw down that rebound.
Yes, sir.
And no need there, guys, to throw that one back out. Just go ahead and handle your business.
This is a positive trend for him, especially here in the second half. Shooting just above 80% right now. That's more than respectable. That's good free throw shooting.
Here's what Chicago's going with right now. Dawkins checked in for John Henson. Leonard comes in for Zach LaVine. And Derrick Rose is subbed in for Lillard. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Tracy McGrady. That's his 3rd foul of the game. In the corner, Iguodala with it. Yes, and it's Rose with the assist that time. 19 points for Iguodala.
D with very little pressure on their perimeter shooters. 3 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed have been of the 3-point variety.
And you need the defense to stop the bleeding.
Pass to Rose. The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. 1 free throw coming his way. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Bulls.
Defensively, they played with a lot of energy, and the steals we've seen are a result of that aggressiveness.
Another part of their game that's made a difference tonight is all the second chance points they've been able to get. Well, he's building a house with those bricks. I mean, one reason is he keeps trying to force it up when he's defended well. Move the ball, share the sugar.
And there's the basket. Whistle blows and a chance for a 3-point play. Going to the line for 1.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
That's right. 5 of their last 6 makes were on the interior. They've established their inside presence.
Stolen by Rose. Out of bounds, the Lakers will take possession.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
Lakers trailed by 6. Nash kicks to McGrady. And they get it. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Andre Iguodala. That will be foul number 5 on him.
I mean, that's a tough break for the D. I mean, he took the hit and drew the whistle.
Yeah, but he was late to get there, Greg, so the referee couldn't give him a free pass on that one.
McGrady left side. Outside, Rodman. Lock at 6. Nice passing here by Los Angeles.
Just been really inefficient. 5 turnovers. You know, it's as if he's playing for the other team.
You know, it's really hard not to notice the difference in the passing of these 2 teams today.
It's a stark discrepancy when you look at the assist columns and you see that difference as far as the fluidity in their respective offenses.
Timeout called the Lakers. They're trailing by 8. 1:19 left in the 4th quarter. Here's McGrady. And airballs the triple. That one was way off.
Now, they've been outstanding on the boards, and it's a big reason why they've got a lead. Doing the dirty work down low.
We call that a collabo because everybody's boxing out and making sure they secure the glass.
Boy, a fantastic quarter for him here in the fourth. I mean, efficiency personified here.
For Los Angeles, they've gone through the fourth quarter shooting 50%, 7 of 14. But they recover it. Bryant dishes to Nash. Sinks it. And now they trail by just 4.
Boy, I love to see Steve Nash shoot the ball. I could watch him all day long. Flying high and throwing down the hard one-hander.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys.
And really, he does that one as well as anyone. Kev, you're right. That's like his signature move once he goes airborne.
Looking at the game Rose has been having, he's got 10 points, and he's been a good on-the-ball defender, too. He's got a pair of steals.
Yeah, he's just made a lot of very heads-up plays, and his defense really has been a difference maker.
Guys, we've seen a lot of turnovers in this one.
Yeah, it's been really sloppy out there.
Yeah, focus, focus, focus. Just make the simple play.
It's stolen by McGrady. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. And here's Kobe for 3. The feed to Nash. From deep three-point range. The shot no good. Some solid defense from Rose. And it's good. Fought through contact. Gets the shot. He'll go to the free throw line.
I don't want to say they're trying to run up the score here, but they do keep adding to the lead.
Well, I know you don't want to say it, but I will, partner. I mean, they're trying to run the score up here. It's plain and simple. They're trying to throw salt all in that.